And we are live. I believe we are live. Let's just check in a moment. Yes, we are. Welcome everybody to TUF2. It's round 1 in Belgium, season 4 of the Ultimate Formula. I'm joined by Bats Plus. Bats, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm very well. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. A nice debut in TUF1 for you on Monday.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Went from the back to the middle to the back to the middle, and then the back to like 7th. So
I think some of the
pretty
guys.
eventful.
I think some of the guys might want to know your secret when it comes to your tires, because it's quite
I
impressive.
I don't know. Could be because of the way I set up the car. Could be the way I drive. I don't really know. I don't drive super fast. I just kind of try not to make too many mistakes. So
Well, it's working for you so far. Obviously, we've seen you in the last race of last season in Mexico take the softs a long way, and obviously we've seen it again then in Italy on Monday. But into this one then.
did you post the link yet?
I'm about to post it. It's in the WhatsApp chat. I'm about to post it in Discord as well. There we go, that's done. So you've obviously raced in this division. You were the champion last year. Who, if you're looking at this lineup, would you say was probably your favourite for the championship this year?
Let me take a look through real quick. So last season, it seemed like going from the top to bottom of this list, Cachao was pretty quick. Shea was pretty quick when I saw him. Jags, Woods, Pricey, Duty, they're all really quick. And then there are probably 10 other guys who can be quick and are just more inconsistent. So, pretty much everyone who wasn't mentioned has a shot to, win a race at any given time.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my view on that.
We've got somebody coming across the line, start a lap. Who is that? Is that Jeeves? No.
I think Pricey's on one. He just started.
Pricey started fast first, is he? There we go. Let's get on board with Pricey then.
I'll try to keep an eye out for guys who are starting laps.
Yeah, man. No. Cool, man. So Pricey, I've been speaking to him over the last week or so, and he's feeling confident for that. He's gone out on the mediums for his first run. He's feeling confident for the season. Of course, now that yourself and Toma and Brack have moved up, I'm sure he feels a lot more confident. But he's got to start turning this qualifying pace into race victories for me. And again, with you three going up this season, he's got a real chance to get some race wins under his belt.
Yeah. I think he was overall probably the quickest over one lap out of all of us. He just always seemed to run into some type of issue in the race, like if it was just a mistake and he ended up having a spin, or he got kind of tangled with another car in a turn. I think that's where he ran into some issues. But I think he was a pretty good teammate to have. I mean, we tried to work together a little bit before races and kind of not interfere with each other on the track. So, the other guy in the Williams should probably have the same type of deal with them.
Yeah, and that's quite a OP team for TUF2, you and Pricey last year. But here he comes then. He's gone fastest through the first two sectors, but I believe he will be the first one to set a fast lap, and he does a 42.7 on the medium tyre to put himself in P1. Cachao around the last corner, and he goes P1 with a 41.9. Cachao was another guy I think this season, you did mention him when I asked earlier, but I think he is potentially going to be a guy that can fight for race victories this season, of course, with you guys going as well. He just needs another one that needs to get that consistency.
Yeah, he's had a lot of bad luck, I think, from the races that I've been in with him. He usually qualifies towards the front, and then a couple times he had connection issues, and then other times he just got unlucky with like a spin, like when the weather turned dry or something like that.
Okay, so I'm just on board with the Jeeves. I believe the Jeeves and Weavesy are brothers. So there's another brother pair. New to the division this season, new to the league. Apparently they come with decent pace, so let's see if these guys can be contenders this season. As Kills puts himself into second with a 42.2. Returning with a regular seat this season, Kills, after a good couple of years without a regular seat now. So already showing some decent pace in this division.
Yeah, the times are pretty. Some of the times are pretty quick for being this early. I know Pricey's time is pretty quick for mediums. I think Chow's is definitely quick.
Yeah, Jeeves puts himself in P4. We did see Pricey actually set quite a few decent laps on medium tyres last year, and that was potentially like his only run, and he was happy with the medium run, and he started on the mediums. He is one that likes to go. He is one that likes to try and mix up his strategy.
I think it's usually a mistake though. It's more of a thing for full qualifying. Short qualifying, I mean, everyone goes basically too fast on the softs. It's better to start up front than to start in the middle on mediums, I think. Because you lose so much time throughout the race.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of offsets the strategy.
Well, yeah, it might be something that, again, that he needs to look at if he's going to sort of assert himself in the division this year. You know, the qualifying has been great on the harder compound, but if he can put on the softer compound, get himself at the front of the track for the start of the race, you know, he can pull up some gaps, and he can be a bit more flexible then with his strategies throughout the race. So we've got quite a few people leaving comments. Napola's in the chat. What's happening, Napola? Nice to see you, man. It's dinner. What's going on? Oliver Terry, Jonas. Quinn's in as well. Bats fan club in full force. What's happening, Bats fan club? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah,
Shay pops. Oh, Shay's gone second with a 42 flat on mediums.
It's pretty quick. Yeah, there's a couple of these guys are from another league I do on Sundays. A lot of them are Britain. CF. I think it's F7R, I think. It's a newish league, but the guys are pretty cool. And a couple of them actually came in as reserves for us starting this year, which is pretty cool.
There you go, nice to see. Boys, stick around. Pop in the comments who you think's going to be top 3, who you think will get a podium, who you think's going to win, who's going to get pole. I'm on board with Mini Meerkat God at the moment. Don't know if he's one of your guys from that league you were talking about. He is a reserve for this evening.
Yep, yeah, Jonas and Oliver are from the league for sure, and I think a couple of the other guys are too. I posted the link in our Discord, so a lot of them are going to start popping in, I think, for our race this year, which is pretty good. Yeah, maybe it'll bring more people in, and you know, get some fast people in for Division 1 and the same for Division 2, so see how it turns out.
Yeah, and Monday night proved, I think, that Division 1 is going to be really, really competitive this year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm never the fastest, but I think if I can get in the top 7 in general, I mean, that's a pretty good result for me, since I'm still picking up some of the some things that these guys already do to make them really fast.
Yeah, well, the top end of Division 1 is disgustingly fast, so of course racing with those is only going to improve further.
Yeah, definitely. You're not going to get any better by not racing against people who are better than you.
You're not going to get any better racing these bums in Division 2 is what you want to say. I know you want to say it.
Oh, what was that? I missed that.
I said you're not going to get any better racing these bums in Division 2.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He said it, boys. He said it, right?
Hey, I used to be really slow, so I mean, I started racing here and I got really fast. Well, a lot faster than I was, and started being able to compete with some of these guys, and hopefully other guys can do this, you know, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it continues, not just with yourself, but obviously a lot of these guys as well.
Yep.
Shay's asking me to let everyone know he has a new TV, so now he can actually see the racetrack a little bit, which might be the reason behind his current P2 on mediums, which is a very good lap actually. Still got 6 people yet to set a time. Go on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I think in our second division last season, I think we always like 141.3 or 0. I don't remember which one it was. There were a lot of people who were really quick, so I think the times are going to pick up a lot.
Yeah, I think we've still got enough time for a couple of runs. Still a lot of guys on mediums. I'm not sure how you pronounce this Renault guy's name. McLaren, sorry. Is it Hounds? Let me know.
I don't know.
But
It could be
Hounds, yeah, maybe.
One or the other.
Hounds. Currently P6 with his mediums. Weavesy in 10th on his. Who's on track? Let's have a little look. Is Kachow on track? Yes, but he's invalidated.
Yeah, we got Sir Prackagum, I guess. It's kind of like a weird way to spell it.
Yeah.
Prack, I guess. He's on a lap. He's almost towards the line.
Okay, and we missed Pricey go P1 on a set of softs. Maybe he listened in on the stream. He's gone a 10th quicker than Kachow in P2 with a 141.8. Kills is also on a fast lap. Let's have a little look. P4 at the moment with a 42.5.
Yeah, he's almost 2/10 up.
Not the best second sector though from Kills. Shay's retired, so he's happy with his medium run.
Yeah, I was checking a safety crash or something, but I think it was in the pits.
Woods puts himself in a P6. Kills then 4/10 to make up if he wants to put the Ferrari on pole at the moment, and he dives into the pits, so he's going to get rid of that lap, put on a fresh set and come out for another run. I think that's a smart decision, to be fair. There's Woods, good shout. These guys love a comment in this in the chat, to be fair.
Yeah, they're really chatty. They're pretty funny on the mic too. Jags is up almost a full second on his time, so
Yeah, I just seen him go purple in sector 2.
Into the 141s.
Let's have a look. Yellow flags in sector 3. Someone's slowing down, I think, at the end of their lap. He's taking that very nice. Wow, so it wasn't 8.
Someone spun. Eric Brundle spun.
Okay.
He lost the swing, so he's going to have a problem getting a lap in. It's going to take a while to get around the track.
Yeah, and this guy joined quite late, so I'm not sure who invited this guy in, but let's hope for the best. If not, we're going to need a restart. But he's one of 4 people yet to set a fast time.
TT spun.
And there goes TT as well.
He's in sector 3 though, so he'll always hit the pit lane.
Yeah, he's... oh god.
Yeah, so he'll be able to get out of it. He doesn't break his wheel off.
Struggling with the traction there. Jag did put himself in a P4. 8/10 was his improvement, so great lap from him. Who's out on track? Stu's currently on a fast lap. Let's have a little look. In sector 2 at the moment.
Looks like Max just started a lap as well on softs. Reeves is in sector 2.
Stu improving as it stands by just shy of 9/10. Should get him into the 42s. So we could be decent qualifying here for Stu if he can keep it together here through the last sector.
I'm surprised a lot of guys are trying to go on mediums. It's not really, I don't think it's a big advantage on this track. It's a soft and medium race, one way or the other.
Stu goes P6. I'm not sure I'd fully agree with that, to be honest with you, because I don't think the softs last too long, do they, in the race? I think you're probably looking about 6-7 laps before your tyres absolutely die.
I mean, I guess it's different for me. I'm used to 7 good tyre wear, so
yeah.
I guess for whatever reason I can usually get 2 extra laps out of the tires, so that's probably why I'm thinking that. But yeah, I think most people are going to pit on 7 or 8 off of the softs. But they could still go on mediums, regardless, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of personal preference, I guess. I'd rather start up front.
No, I do agree that generally you'd rather be starting further up the grid with faster tyres. I mean, Shea's currently P3 on mediums. I mean,
yeah, but that time's absurd for mediums. That's
yeah,
really fast time.
You know, he clearly has the pace to have put it on pole today.
Yeah, if I was him.
I think it's maybe that Hoens guy, currently P9. Maybe he's hoping for a P11, P12 start to get a fresh set off the start. I don't know. On board with Trunders, currently P12, puts himself up to P10 with a 42.8, just ahead of Waitsy, who was on his outlap. Weavesy's still on mediums, so
Kind of interesting.
and showing saying Shea DNF before the end of lap 1. Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, if you're outside the top 10, you might as well go for Baruch on softs to see if you can kind of get towards the top, because you can start on mediums regardless.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him now, he doesn't have any time to get in and change his set. This is going to be all or nothing. He will have time for another run if he wants to do it, but these tyres have already got 1 lap's life on them. Stu retires from P6.
And lost a bit of his wings, so he's done for this session.
And still 4 guys without a time, which is really strange. Let's have a look at Weavesy then with his mediums.
Maybe they got a bunch of invalidations.
Yeah, TT's currently on a lap.
He didn't validate on this track.
Yeah, Ayrton looks like he's warming up his tyres. CH Max has bottled it.
Looks like he's way down on this time, so he's pretty much done.
We're on board with back marker. Let's have a look if he's improving on his time. I believe he's last season and this season he's tried to go with reduced assists. I don't know if he's going no assists, but I'm sure he's adjusted to at least medium traction and manual gears, which is great for him. Hopefully it works out. I mean, the more practice you get. Yeah.
Waitsy's up over a half second on his time for sector 2.
Very nice.
So he might get into even the low 141s since he's on soft.
Kuchao has invalidated as well.
High 141s, maybe the low 142s.
So look, he's got.
He ran out of ERS though.
He does go P6, which is a nice lap.
Pretty good time.
Pricey's 2/10 up on his fastest time, so he looks like he's going to improve. Kuchao has invalidated, so second will be the best he gets this evening.
Surprised Duty's that low.
Yeah, same.
Pretty quick in qualifying last season.
41.5 then is the time to beat if anyone wants to dislodge Pricey from pole position tonight. On board with kills. Through the chicane. Across the line. Goes P2. And he's only a 10th off.
Big Die Miles is going into sector 3. But I don't know how much he's up or down.
He's invalidated as well, so
Oh, he did.
Backmarker did pop himself up into P12. Trunders is currently 3.8 down on his current lap.
Yeah,
Jeeves looks like he's done. Yeah, I think everyone's done. Yeah. So
you guys didn't get 11.
yeah, I mean you got time for 3 or 4 runs there, and these guys couldn't muster one together. So Pricey takes pole with a 41.5, a 10th up on kills with a 41.6. So we then got Kachow in third, Shea in fourth on mediums, Jag in fifth, Waitsy sixth, Stu in seventh, Jeeves in eighth, Woods ninth, Trunders 10th. Then we've got Hones, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, in 11th, Aiton Brundle in 12th, Backmarker 13th, Weavesy 14th, Miles 15th, Duty Gen 16th, Supratigram 17th, Minimia God 18th, TT and CH Max did not set a time.
Looks like we only have 2 guys up front on there. I'm sorry, one of the top 10 with mediums, right?
Yeah, it's just Shea, yeah, and then you've got 3 guys set their fastest times on mediums outside of the top 10, which is a strange one. Duty was one of those actually, so he's starting from P16. I don't know whether he tried to get a fast lap in with softs and bottled it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's showing here that he did fit the softs. Yeah, it's really surprising from him. But there we go, confirmation. So Pricey then, we did talk him up at the start. Time for him to now... Yeah, it's time for him to really deliver now when it matters. And convert, no pressure. And a great C kills there in P2.
He gets the strategy right and stays out of penalties. I think he'll be okay. If you start at the front, you have a big advantage on this track.
Yeah, and that's another thing that he's really bad with, is picking up penalties. I wouldn't say Belgium is really notorious for picking up corner cutting penalties, but if anyone in this grid is going to pick up penalties, it will be Pricey. So again, guys, anyone watching in, check in your predictions for the race. Is Shea going to finish? Is Pricey going to finish? Is Pricey going to convert? Can any of the guys from the back turn a bad qualifying into a win or a podium?
I think the podium's going to be Kachow in some order. Kachow. I think Jags might, and I'm going to go with Waitsy for the other.
Nice. Sure, Waitsy would love you for that.
I think some people are bound to make mistakes who are up front. It just seems to always happen.
Showan's going for kills, Kachow and Jag. Oliver Terry's going for you for P1, which is very nice of him.
I don't think I'm going to get any P1s this season, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of guys who picked up victories last season. Amres being one, Boogeyman as well. So, you know, these things do happen.
Definitely going to be tough. I just want to have good races personally.
Yeah.
And then wherever I finish, it doesn't really matter that much.
Where are you at next week?
Sorry?
Where are you guys next week?
I don't know. China maybe?
Let's have a look. I got you. Yeah, it is China.
I actually did China in another league the other day. I'm okay there, but it's a tough track.
I quite like it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's hard to pass there for sure. Basically, get one opportunity every lap.
Well, you got the pit straight, and obviously you got the back straight. But the problem is with the back straight, if you get if your setup is straight line speed heavy, when you're coming around that bend before the straight, you lose so much time in that bend that you can't catch up.
Yep. It's pretty much the same as this track, really. It's kind of hard to pass here, except for the main straight.
Yeah, of course, the Camel is where we'll see most of the overtakes.
2 seconds, so track position is pretty important on this one.
I'm interested to see how this horse goes on lap 1. It's such a short run in, obviously, into turn 1 into the source that the boys sort of in the midfield have got to be aware of when to brake.
Yeah, you can overshoot even if you're in the front. It's kind of a tough first turn.
Nobody wants a Romain Grosjean moment.
It looks like 8 guys outside of the top 10 are on mediums as well.
Yeah, let's have a little look at that. Yeah, interesting. So it's only Miles and Supratigram have gone for the softs outside of the top 10. which is an interesting decision for them guys, to be honest.
They could get lucky with a safety car. I mean, safety car usually pretty much determines who finishes up front in this race. So
Yeah,
you're either gonna get screwed, or you're gonna have a lot of good luck from it.
And the safety car on Monday made a massive difference in the overall picture towards the end, I believe. A couple of guys were able to jump up quicker, jump through the grid.
A lot of people went on the hards too, which, you know, could happen in this race as well with an early safety car.
Okay, so I'm gonna get on board with the guys at the front. Not got the best camera angle on the moment though, unfortunately. There we go, it's better. 4 lights, 5, and away we go. Boys up front seem to get a good start. There's a Renault there in the background, looking to make moves. That's it, and we've got the glitch. There's someone else going off wide.
Okay.
I think there was a Ferrari in the background there going wide. Kachow managed to get past Kills. There's a yellow flag.
Like Woods got spun, or he spun at it. See it visually behind now.
And Pricey's already managed to get out of get Kachow out of his slipstream.
A lot of guys are going double file through the first chicane. It's the back.
There we go, so there's a position change. So yeah, Stu's up 2 from the start, Jag's down 2, Holmes is up 3, Jeeves has dropped 1, Woods dropped a massive 11 places.
Leading die miles out of an almost crash.
Oh, and someone's spun, and that's Waitsy. I'm not sure if he clipped the curb, if there was contact there with maybe Stu, he was behind at the time. But yeah, big contact, and that's massive for Waitsy now down into P19. And Kills has gone as well, and he's lost his wing. So big collisions then, 3 guys with big collisions on the opening lap. Woods, Waitsy, and now Kills.
Must have hit the curb on that exit.
And TT's retired.
Run out wide.
Yeah, some big casualties. Pricey sets the fastest lap. We've got yellow flags. We haven't got a safety car for TT's DNF. And don't let that fool you.
Everyone was past them already.
Yeah, DRS isn't enabled. I know you've seen that there's such a visual glitch as we're still only on lap 2. But here we go. Now the glitch is coming back. But Pricey is in the lead. As you can see, Kachow's in second. Shay's now up in the third.
Happens on the 3rd lap.
Yeah, it's really annoying for when you're trying to spectate because you just can't tell what the hell's going on.
Lap off. Like Kills went on the hards. Meerkat went on the hards. That's kind of surprising that they did that under green this early. I don't think that's a very good strategy, to be honest, but we'll see.
Yeah, so Mini Meerkat has put the hards on.
Especially if you start up front.
And yeah, Mini Meerkat and Kills both put the hards on. I did Waitsy and Woods pit. I don't think these boys pitted, did they? No, they didn't. Wow, okay, so Shay gets past Kachow. I missed that one. Apologies for that one. So Shay's making moves then on those mediums. There's yellow flags in sector 2 or 3, die miles. And is it
a virtual safety car? Now, I think guys should think about pitting onto the hards because they're coming up to the pit lane. So they could save about 8 seconds, I think, if they pit. Stu went in.
So Stu's the one first that takes the gamble then, down from, I think he's in P4 when he came in, so we'll have to keep an eye on.
I would probably pit towards.
Yeah, I'm surprised more people haven't, to be honest with you. We've got Aiton Brundle and Woods in as well.
I think if I was one of the guys who had an incident, I probably wouldn't fit, but you never know.
So
get some track position.
Yeah.
Later on.
Especially again if there is a full safety car. So there we go. Mini Meerkat gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. So he's at the back. He's at a pit stop. He's got the hards on.
Back marker and Trunner's having a battle. Weezy's now jumping in.
Yeah, 2 Red Bulls there. Sizing up this Mercedes in P7. And Weavesy's gaining on his teammate.
Go for back marker. Down the back straight into the bus stop.
Side by side. Weavesy makes it stick. And up in a P8. Trunda's up next for him. DRS of course is now activated, so he should, yeah, he will. Yeah, if he doesn't get him now, I'm sure he'll get him on the camel. So I'm going to jump on board with Shea, who's only 8 tenths now behind Pricey. He's within DRS range. Kachel also in DRS range of Shea. Let's have a look if we can get a move here. Shea looks way too far back from Pricey at the moment.
I think Steve's going to get Wasty on the straight as well.
G.
Bad since Wasty's still on the softs. Going to get stuck.
Trunda survives.
Yeah,
There we go.
Steve's got Wasty pretty easily with the DRS.
Yep. Even with the slower tyres. There we go. Stu's up in the P12. Of course, the lead car of the guys who's pitted so far.
If I was Wasty, I would have burned my DRS there to keep in position. It's going to lose a lot of time now through the rest of the lap.
Yeah, it's not the nicest track to have to follow people through. So you said Jag, you did tip Jag for a podium. He's currently P4, quietly made his way up. As Mini Meerkat God becomes a 3rd retirement already this evening.
Out. When did he get it? When did he crash?
He
must have just crashed.
Sector 1, I think it looks like Eau Rouge.
Yeah.
Shea sets the fastest lap time at 45.7. 4 tenths now behind Pricey. Let's get on board with this then.
Big battle for 7. There's 4 cars now. All in one bunch.
Pricey though deploys his ERS well, gains a nice gap between himself and Shea.
He's got to try to pull away. This is already using his softs. Otherwise, Shea's going to have a pretty big advantage later on.
Yeah, I think Shea's maybe using his head here, saving a little bit of his ERS, knowing that he's on the faster tyre. Sorry, on the harder tyre, so he's going to go a bit longer. He just needs to be patient.
Just get pulled around.
Yeah. Pricey's tyres will start to drop off soon, and Shea can just save his ERS until later in the race. There's still a 3-way battle here for P4. Owens, of course.
Jag's almost lost it.
And
he got passed still.
Yeah, he's double passed there. So Jag, did he clip the curb?
I don't think he did actually. I think he just kind of slipped a bit in the middle. Might have been going too fast or something.
So costly for Jag. Then he loses P4 to the Jeeves and P5 to Holmes.
Pretty easy to have a loose back end if your setup's not really right, especially on this track.
Shea then has made a move up into P1. Can Pricey get him back with the switchback? Chow's also interested, very interested.
Chow might end up in second on this straightaway.
It wouldn't surprise me if Kachao gets a double move here.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go for it. He's using some ARS.
We did miss moves from Duty on back marker and yeah, who's coming to the pits is Trunders, yeah. And here we go. Pricey. Oh, Shea sweeps round. Oof, lucky not to make contact there. Shea stays in P1. Again, he is on the harder compound, so he just needs to keep his head and not get involved in anything too stupid.
Surprised there hasn't been a safety car yet. Usually this track's good for one.
Yeah, and we've had 3 retirements and only had 1 virtual.
Yeah. They were all towards the back of the field though, I guess, so it's kind of lucky that they didn't bring a safety car out. A lot of the guys seem to be racing a little smarter than some of them did in the last season, where not really fighting too much, and dropping out of DRS range for the car in front. Because that happens. I think that happens way too much. Guys get too aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think. I think boys are starting to learn now in this division that to play the long game. The race isn't won in the first 10 laps.
I tried to do that a lot last season, where I kind of got an idea of who was aggressive and tried to fight for spots when they shouldn't. So I just kind of tried to let them by every once in a while and let them pull me around.
So Pricey then gets back P1. Shea's looking very interested. Has to settle for P2 at the moment. You always sort of know who's been the more aggressor in the early stages by the ERS levels towards the end of the race. So
yeah, part of it for sure.
And with these guys battling,
trying to make unnecessary moves into turns where you can't realistically pass. So I've seen a lot less of that in this race.
Yeah, it's been clean as it could be really so far. Yeah. One thing this battling with these front 3 is doing is it's allowing Holmes to reduce the gap a little bit. He's in 5 seconds now. Again, he is on the mediums as well, so Kuchel and Pricey will have to think about their strategies regarding him as well.
It's kind of tough because if you can only see the 2 people in front and behind, you don't really know what everyone's doing behind there, so they could pit without you knowing.
Yeah, and both. There we go. See, both have listened to the voice of reason, and they've pitted. Jag Kings is also in from P6. Let's have a look when these boys come back out.
Kind of early, but I guess they want the undercut.
Yeah, I'm expecting them to come out just ahead of Stu.
Yeah, it's kind of smart with Shea being on the medium, so they kind of have to take the risk.
Yeah, and as expected, they've both fitted mediums. And Pricey gets out ahead of CH Max, but Kuchel behind, so that's great for Pricey, not so much for... 2 seconds.
Kuchel kind of has to find a way by, well, Max just passed Pricey, so it's not as big of a deal now.
So Kills becomes the 4th retirement. And CH Max gets past Pricey, so yeah, if Kuchel can stay behind Pricey here and... Say it again, sorry?
Kills crashed in kind of a weird spot on the one of the lefts on the back straight. I guess maybe he hit the curb or something on the inside.
Yeah, it feels like a very important couple of laps here between the battle, with the battle between Pricey and Kachow. This fundamentally could be for the race win. They want to dispose of Max as soon as possible. Pricey dips his tyres into the grass. Max gets out of the way, gives his teammate a bit of a tow.
And Max left him. Looks like Max left him by.
Yeah.
It's kind of smart, I guess. We could just kind of save his DRS.
And whilst they do that, Shea sets the fastest lap.
He's running to the pits.
And yeah. So just ahead of Pricey, we've got backmarker, Duty and Weavesy close together. Can Duty get a move on Weavesy here? No, looks like he's too far back. Kachow also too far back on Pricey.
I think he's in a decent spot. Duty's in a decent spot for considering where he started.
Rick, someone has been attacked by kids. Welcome to my life, my friend. So Jag come back out in P9. Didn't actually lose too much time behind in those pit stops, even though he pitted a lap later than Pricey and Kachow.
Yeah, he's only about 6 seconds back from the leaders, the net leaders anyway.
And I think that's probably the gap Shea will look to come out in between CH Max and Jag when he eventually pits.
I don't remember how much time you lose in the pits on the green on this track, but I think it's a pretty long pit stop, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be anything. Yeah, it's going to be anything between 20-25, I believe, seconds. Duty there outbreaks himself and allows Wheezy to get put out a gap. He's now left himself sort of in trouble from backmarker in behind. Stay on board with this. Backmarker picks up another time penalty. Seemed unnecessary. Let's have a look.
So Pricey and Kachow are 20 seconds back from Shea. So it looks like they're picking up a lot of time. So Shea's going to have to make up a lot of time, I think, on them once he gets on with the salts. He's going to have to play a lot of catch up.
But he will be on the faster compound, of course.
And Jags is 7 seconds behind Kachow and Pricey, so he kind of has to make up a lot of time. But it's going to be tough with Kachow and the DRS. Pricey, so he might be stuck in forward once he gets to the above.
The decision to jump on hards from Stu might have backfired a little bit. He's lost track position quite a bit. He was in P4 before the pit stops. We will obviously keep an eye further on that one, but it doesn't seem to be lighting these hard tyres up at the moment.
You should be able to jump. You should be able to jump 4 of the top 5 guys, just because of their pit stops. So he might not be in terrible shape, but he's going to be on slow tires.
Yeah, and he's already
get passed by a few of them.
Yeah, and he's lost track position already to the likes of Jag and Jeeves.
But he should still be able to get points out of it, which is good.
So Duty then a little bit closer to Weavesy this time. He's dropped back marker, who's now out of DRS range. In the slipstream, DRS and ERS activated, has to go the long way round. But Weavesy does really well to defend that. And keeps P3. Oh, Kachow's bottled it. Kachow spun.
Oh, that's a shame. It always seems to have like some type of thing happen where, you know, he's running up front and, you know, he'll catch a curb or something.
Well, he was within DRS range of Pricey, so I don't know if something's gone on there between those two, if they've had a touch, or if Kachau's just bottled it himself. But he's now 8 seconds
on that curve. On
yeah,
like curve, so slippery.
I think that's his chances of a podium gone, though. He's 8 seconds behind Pricey now. Obviously, the top two are going to have the top 3, top 4, top 5 are going to have faster tyres.
Up a penalty too. I think he'll still be able to fight for 4th or 5th. That's where Jags is going to end up as well. I mean, he could still get a good finish out of it. Duty and Backmarker have 6 seconds of penalties each, so they're probably going to end up losing a couple spots as well.
We're back on board with Duty then as he tries once again to get past Weavesy. He's not finding it too easy so far. Ooh, and he almost loses it. There's a yellow flags in sector 1. I think that's Jag. And he's lost it. It's a weird place to lose it there.
He lost it. Did he pit?
No, he didn't pit.
He just managed to spin into the exit.
Yeah.
That's strange. I do it sometimes if I understeer on the exit of that turn 1, and the car just hooks to the right, and you can't do anything about it. You hit the throttle too soon, and you're pretty much done. It spins you into that area.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Damage too, he's going really slow.
That's unfortunate for Jag. He'd had such a great start to the race.
I guess I jinxed them.
Curse the commentator.
Ended up having a spin.
It happens all the time, don't worry. It's not your fault. Pricey though he's disposed the back marker, and he's now on to the back of Duty, who's struggling to get past Weavesy, so Pricey's coming through.
Like Pricey's not really making up any time on Shea. Still around 14.5 seconds. So I think Shea can definitely catch him. I think Shea will win if there aren't any safety cars.
Yeah, I think with the position he's in at the moment, what's the gap? Yeah,
he's going to pick up so much time on the softs on Pricey. So he's going to pick up a second or two a lap, I would say, at the minimum.
Pricey looking at the inside of Duty. He's up in a P4.
I think Shea should hit.
Yeah, I think within the next this next lap or two wouldn't be a bad shout. Yeah.
He's got to do it now because the softs can go at least 10, and I think that's a mistake, but it might not be too bad. The softs can go 10 laps for pretty much everyone before they get too worn out. So I'd rather just try to kind of get the undercut on them.
Well, we've seen Pricey and Kachau pitted lap 6, and of course they also had their qualifying out lap and fast lap on that, so that's 8 laps.
I think they went for the undercut too.
Yeah, so definitely there's you can definitely pit this lap for definite and get them to the end. Hones has pitted, and he's obviously put the softs on as his back marker. So Hones is looking like, there we go, P6 for him.
11.5 back, I think. of Shea around 11 or 12 seconds, so we'll see how much time he picks up on the route laps. And I think we can kind of find out if it was a mistake or not after that.
Yeah, I think Shea's touch and go here between getting out in front of Weavesy and Duty and getting out behind them. He'll definitely slot in ahead of Kachow. And we'll soon see the difference between those mediums and the softs, because Hones is just over a second behind him, so I don't think it'll be long and we'll see an overtake there.
Looks like he only lost about 20 seconds on the pit stop. He's only 30 seconds back.
Is that, sorry, was that Hones, yeah?
Yeah, he was 30 seconds back.
Yeah, you're right.
When Shea went in. And he was 11 back when Hones went in.
Let's have a look then. I think he, at worst, maybe comes out in P4, but I believe he might even come out in P2, you know. Duty comes in as well. So Weavesy stays out. And Shea's done it. Quite convincingly as well. 4 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, Pricey wasn't really gaining a lot of the time. Even with the new tires, I guess because he was fighting with the Chow and Max, I think it was. I'm not really surprised that it turned out this way.
He showed some tremendous pace on those mediums to deliver consistent laps as well, even with them worn. But this is where the pressure really comes for Shea, in being able to keep his head, knowing that the race wind's there for the taking. He's got a nice gap, fresh tyres. There's Jag down in P14.
Looks like Hones, he actually lost a second or two. He was stuck behind Kachow, so he didn't really get a good outlap.
But he's managed to get past him, and Weavesy, of course, does have to pit as well, so Hones could be looking at a podium here.
Yeah, he should get at least third.
Yeah.
He might be able to catch Pricey.
Yeah.
With his tire difference, but it'll be pretty close, I think.
Rick saying that's the win for Shea has to be. Who, sorry? Hones.
He's only 7 seconds off of Pricey, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6.5 now, so I think, unless I'm just getting confused. No, it's 8.5.
Yeah, neither really has a tremendous amount of ERS either, as Weavesy comes in to fit his softs. And Stu comes in again.
But Pricey doesn't have much either, so they have about the same. No, it'll be an interesting finish.
So interesting that Stu comes in again then. You'd had enough of those old mediums that he'd been on since lap 2. Weavesy comes back out in P9. So he's lost out the back marker there. Nice undercut from back marker, who's all on the tailpipe of Aiton Brundle with DRS. Should get this move done nice and easily, and he does. Up in the P7.
Like Duty should end up 5th at the worst. I think he can catch Jeeves and maybe Kachow.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good for after he started 16th.
Yeah, it'd be very good return. Stu instantly put on the mediums, which
I don't think that was a good idea.
That's a strange one. Right then, let's have a look. So P2, P3 might still be a battle worth looking at. We'll see if Duty and Backmarker can get up onto the back of Kachow and Jeeves. There's a big gap, of course, between Jeeves and Kachow, so maybe too much for Duty and Backmarker to do there. and I think Aiton Brundle is going to be a sitting duck to Eavesy anytime soon.
Might be interesting if Kachow can get into DRS. Because Kachow has a decent amount of DRS left. So if Hones messes up, Kachow can get his DRS and just follow him to Pricey. But I don't think they're picking up enough time on Pricey right now. I think Pricey will stay in second.
Yeah, you're looking at a second a lap as it stands to try and get. It's doable, of course, but I think Pricey's a bit too wise to get caught by that.
Yeah, I don't think he's picking up enough time.
No.
That's the problem. He's picking up like 8/10 a lap, I think.
Waits he gets past his teammate.
Chow's trying to stick with him. He actually closed in a little bit. Chow needs to use some of the CRS.
We've got yellow
To get
flags.
into the DRS for the second zone. Yeah, if he had used his ERS on that back straight, he'd be in DRS right now.
Yeah, he's just outside of it now.
He has to use it outside, coming out of turn one. Gotta just use all of it, I think. Yeah, he's got it on now. They'll be able to steal third in a couple of laps once the softs wear out a little bit.
Yeah, Kachow though, his tires are 6 laps older.
Save his DRS for 3 laps and then go for it on the last lap.
5th retirement. That was a safety car.
Safety
No
car.
way, man.
Wow.
Woods retires.
This is gonna be
What?
interesting.
Oh my god.
They're gonna have 1 lap to pit. It's gonna be like a 1 or 2 lap safety car and that's it. So there's gonna be no DRS at all for the rest of the race.
So let's break it down then. If you share, you're stupid. If you pit, let's be honest, you don't need to.
Yeah, I think he has to stay out.
Pricey may think he has to.
I
Yeah.
don't think any of them should pit, to be honest. I think the gaps are too close and there's going to be almost no passing unless someone screws up. So I think the smart thing is to stay out for everyone. Unless you're towards the back and
Yeah.
you have throwing up on a lose.
So Prakigram, Trunders, Waitsy may want to come in.
Krakagam, I don't think he should pit.
No,
Because
he's got
not
no.
gonna have time to catch up.
No, but he's got nothing to lose on the flip side.
He might be able to make up time and catch the back of him. And then, if there's some incidents, then he can take a couple spots, but he can't really do much about it right now.
And Hones comes in.
Third, fourth,
The top, they're all coming in. What? This?
The top 2 got lucky that the guys behind them pitted, because they shouldn't have. Jeeves is going to make out on this. Jeeves might get a podium now.
I'm surprised that all these guys come in. I'm surprised that Shea came in. His tires are only 2 laps old.
Yeah, that was pretty risky, but he got lucky.
He's lucky, yeah. The price he came in as well.
Yeah, so I think Duty's going to get a podium. To be honest, I think he's going to pass Jeeves.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's whether or not he can keep Hones behind him. Kachow, this may be his lifeline to get a podium back.
Yeah, but I mean, he has to pass so many cars that are on softs to get back on the podium. So it's
Backmarker came in. His softs weren't too old, so I'm surprised that he came in. The Trunders and Prakigam did come in as well.
kind of makes sense for the guys who are in like 7th to even all the way up to 5th. It would make sense for them to come in because they're not going to lose any spots really by pitting. But the top guys, yeah, they definitely all lucked out, except for Owens and Kachow. I think it's going to come in this lap.
Yeah, it doesn't generally wait too long when it comes out late, does it?
Yeah. Looks like, well, another problem is Practicam is in between first and second place.
Yeah, I just seen that now.
I mean, it's happened to me a couple times, and I would hope that the people would move over and get out of everyone's way under the safety car, because they could just pull off track and let everyone by, but they never do it, and then they get in the way when they have blue flags. But it might not be as big a deal with Ghost thing on.
Doesn't look like the safety car's coming in yet.
I forgot Duty had so many penalties. Someone wrote it in the chat.
Oh yeah, of course. That's
actually that could be a disaster. He might end up out of the points.
Let's have a little look. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, so that is going to be bad for him.
In this lap. That's really bad for him. Then that's one less lap where he can pull away. So yeah, he really might be out of the points. Suck for him.
So frustratingly, we get another lap under the safety car. This will be the last lap, surely.
Two-lap race. It's going to be kind of interesting. I think there might be a bunch of people who crash out.
I think we probably look at it's going to be, I don't know, between maybe Hones and Kachow to see which one of those guys can get the best getaway, and then try and get past Jeeves, and obviously Duty's penalty is going to come into play. It seems to me like a three-way battle for that.
Backmarker and Brundle's 5-second penalties are going to be removed, I think, because they bumped into each other. Maybe only Backmarker got a penalty. Kind of weird.
So that's now 11 seconds for Backmarker.
I think the McLaren bumped into him, so that'll be taken off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should get a fun ending.
Could be fireworks.
I think even Weavesy has a shot at the podium, depending on what the guys in front do. Because these guys are gonna be on their ERS for the entire straight for both laps, so there's gonna be 210 into the chicane.
Okay, so we're two laps away. Safety car's in this lap, so fantastic. We will get 2 laps of racing. We are 2 laps away from hearing about a Shea victory for the next 10 years. He's returned to TUF2 after being relegated last year. He's got a new TV, so things are looking up. As it stands, can Pricey put a stop to it? He was the pole sitter tonight, of course.
We could have a big surprise here, because Shea and Pricey have warnings, and Jeeves doesn't.
Interesting. Oh, Shea gets a lovely getaway, leaves Sir Prakigram and Pricey in his wake. This is going to be so annoying for Pricey as Sir Prakigram gets in his way.
Oh, got him.
Oh, and there's already over a 2-second gap for Pricey to make up. It's a great race restart from Shea, that, to be fair.
It's a tough track to keep up on 3 starts. Jeeves is going to get Duty, or Duty got Jeeves.
Duty got into P3, yeah. So
Chow might get Owens on the straight.
This for me could be the most important fight when it comes to him. Weavesy's looking really close as well behind Kachow. This could be the important fight for that last podium position. No moves as it stands. Shea now gap 3 seconds to Pricey.
Pricey's got to push it, stay inside 3 seconds in case Shea gets another warning, because then I'll get a penalty. But then Pricey's also 1 away from a penalty too, so they can't make any mistakes. Might have a move on the back straight for 4.
Let's have a look. The Jeeves could be seeing quite a few guys.
Burned out all of his ERS.
Does the ERS come back on the first lap? As Hones. It's a lovely move.
His whole deployment.
The DRS, sorry, does it come back on the first lap?
Oh no, it waits 3 laps, so there's no DRS.
On the restart as well, okay. There we go, so Jeeves fights back. Gets himself back up into P4. Kachow on the inside. Here we go then, boys. Yeah. Kachow's got a lot more ERS as well. So
Kachow should save his ERS here, because he can get one of them on the back straight after they blow all their ERS.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be almost sitting ducks.
Final lap then in the Belgian Grand Prix in the TUF2 opener. And as it stands, Shea will win, Pricey will get second, and Jeeves will pick up P3. Unless Hones or Kachow can get past them. Weavesy also on the case. Ah, yeah. As we got another retirement, Aiton Brundle's out. Oh, that looked close. Yeah, but the Jeeves defending it really well, to be fair to him. Doesn't want to let that go.
Get out of his turn and we'll keep forward. They both have enough ERS.
Can he defend it?
Pass without the ERS on this track.
That's another penalty for Kachow.
Kachow's gonna drop the 10.
And he can't put it up on the inside. Kachow fighting around the outside. The Shea did win. Oh my god, so sorry, Shea. That battle was so good. Shea takes the win.
Oh, duty's all the way down. All the way
Pricey
down.
comes on P2.
11.
The Jeeves manages to get himself a podium on his debut. Fantastic.
Duty went from 2nd or 3rd to 11th.
That battle was so good. I missed Shea coming across the line. He's not going to forgive me for that. Yeah, it's a fantastic performance from Shea then to take the win. Pricey converts his pole into a 2nd place. I think he'll be disappointed with the win, not getting the win, but still a good result for him.
The Williams guys had a pretty good result.
Yeah.
2nd and 3rd.
And an all-Brit podium. It's nice to see after we've had such a Dutch domination in this league.
Well, we changed that last season. for at least 1 season. We'll get 1 season with someone else winning.
So there we go then. Shea takes the win and the fastest lap in Belgium. Pricey comes home in 2nd. Jeeves on his debut in P3. We do have a Dutch in P4. That's Hones. Then we have Weavesy in P5. Waitsy comes on in his natural position at P6. CH Max in 7th. Trunders with a great finish there in P8. Stu takes his car into P9. Kachow manages to get the final points position in 10th. Duty penalties cost him in 11th. Jag comes home 12th. Backmarker disappointing and down in 13th. And then Aiton Sipraki Graham Woods kills Mini Meerkat God, Die Miles and TT all DNF'd. Bats, Thanks, man, for joining me. I just want to quickly ask you, who was your driver of the day?
Well, it probably would have been Duty, but he got so many penalties. But I think Shea was actually. Even though he started fourth, I mean, he still drove a great race and then used the right strategy. Got a little lucky with the last pit stop under caution, but I mean, he was a lot faster than everyone else, I think, throughout that race.
You have to totally agree with you there, to be honest with you. Once again, thanks for joining me, guys. We'll catch you on Monday then for TUF1's race. Where were you again?
Oh, I think it's
China.
China.
There we go. China, Monday. See you guys then. Thanks again for joining us. Take care.